gave you the idea that you wanted to really be a walking computer?
So I've always been a tech enthusiast, and I always try to be on the cutting edge of technology.
So that drove Brandon Delali to do what some might believe only takes place in a science fiction movie.
It gets inserted into your skin.
A chip, and not the type you eat, but a micro, has been implanted in Brandon's left hand.
This one is just a little guy right there.
Yeah, I see that right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So after that was inserted and the swelling went down, I'm able to open up the front and back door to my house. I can walk up to people and have them tap their phone to my hand and instantly transfer my contact information, my portfolio, my card.
But Brandon got to thinking, why stop there? He's got two hands, right? And plenty of room for more.
So I thought, how cool would it be if I could leave my house, no car key, no house key.
So 2 weeks ago, right here in Michigan, Brandon got another chip implanted, this one in his right hand, to unlock and start his Tesla.
It's a perfect backup, something you can never forget, something that doesn't break, something that won't fail you. From between $200 and $300, and the install only ran me about $100 because you can go to a local piercing shop who will obviously agree to do the installation. So it'll be inserted right under or right over your breast, and then you can tap your phone to your chest and instantly get temperature readings.
And with all this talk about the Tesla gets the attention of you-know-who.
It would make all this worth it if maybe just like a thumbs up from Elon or something.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Recha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, fellow believers of this faith, and shalom to the elect. So anyway, I want to go on another edition of this video I put up a few days back with Brother Amos. That's his title handle. Brother Amos and him on the mark, which is what we teach, the mark of the beast. And just going to go into why we do what we do. Let me say this first. Elder Apostle Tahar has always pushed that, to push that prophecy, because that's what leads to our salvation. And anybody who's coming against that prophecy is coming against the salvation. Now, when I was in another group quite a few years back, they were not pushing that prophecy. And I knew it. That was the thing about it. I knew kind of about the mark. I just didn't know what it was, but I knew it was a physical thing. I thought it was going to be some type of digital stamp or something like that. But as I heard the apostles of Great Millstone teaching, and they was on the hedges, I remember that, and they brought that out, and it clicked. And that's how it's really supposed to do. It's supposed to just click. You know what I'm saying? So I think with Brother Amos, we didn't had the battles, with Wi-Fi. Let me just say Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi Israelites. We've been going back and forth with them on the same thing over and over, but some of our people are hard-headed. Now, I do want to read a comment. I believe this came from the Wi-Fians, I guess, the Wi-Fi Israelites. Every time we do videos like this, and I'm sure I've spoken with other brothers as well, that they have a lot of followers, right, to a degree. And our job is not to just heap followers. Our job is to put the message out and tell the truth. This person is at Just Humphrey 2567. He said, I do agree that the mark of the beast is the micro thing. Right? And this is on the video we just did. Now, by Brother Amos, he was like humble. He didn't say anything. He was saying like, yes, sir, he agreed. But now what is he going to do? So if he comes up again and he doesn't accept it, then there's nothing else we can do. Right? We done warned him. Right? And the whole video I did really wasn't just for Brother Amos. It's for the elect. It's for all out there who don't know the truth, or they're on the fence. Right? A lot of these guys, there's a lot of people that follow them for the sake of numbers or for the sake of a fad or some fame. And that's why I told Brother Amos, we're not in this thing for fame. Now, the reason why I said what I said to him, because years back I did a video on him, and we was going back and forth on the comment board, and you had some brothers saying, well, I think it's both. You know what I'm saying? No, man, it's either it is or it isn't. So you have people on the fence. So this is why we just keep pushing it out there, man. This is why, starting with Elder Apostle Tahar on down to the other apostles, brethren, you know, we push it out there. There may be some of you sisters who have family or others that may know, have husbands. I don't know. You push it out there, you know. It's our job. They call themselves the watchmen for Israel. But let's see what Ezekiel 3:17 says. Son of man, I made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be not just warning them from the upcoming nuclear destruction, but the path of things that's going to happen along the way. Now, we broke down the mark. We went into the old Bibles. We went into the online etymology of that word originally said character, or let me say karax, karagma, karax. But it also, in the 1400s, translated to character, which meant an actual stamp, an imprinted mark. And how clear can we get than that? We done went through from one translation to other translations. In fact, when you can go to the Bible Hub, it'll tell you different translations. How much more clear can we get? But if you're prideful and you're not humble and you're not willing to accept it, you're fearing men or you're fearing the Lord, right? It says, it said, I've been a watchman in the house of Israel, be a watchman in the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the words of my mouth and give them warning from me. We speaking through the powers of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Now, when we was there, it was at the end of camp, you know, and we just wanted to, you know, we through the Spirit, we just wanted to get through and teach this brother, and well, he already knew what we stood for, so we kind of joking a little bit, but you know, it was in the hopes that he gets it, and I kind of hope he gets it. You know, I mean, our people are stiff-necked. It says, when I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from the wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. I must say too, that we didn't, at this point, you don't have to, you know, once you tell somebody you've been going back and forth 50 damn times, what else do you got to tell them? They're either going to get it or they're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? You know, really, we don't have to go back and forth about it. But for the sake of the video, when we, I think I did videos on that Adam Abbott guy or Brother Naquan, and it was like several people saying, hey, I can see it. I believe. But the question is, do you? You're going to have people do that, but the question is, do you? That's out of my hands at this point. We warned you from the wickedness. What the scripture says, defend the gospel. Jude 1 says, contend for the faith. I'm set in defense of the gospel. So let's go to Titus 1:9. Holding fast the faithful words as he have been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. So that's why we kind of came with a little craftiness, you know, because Jake, you argue back and forth, and Jake in some instances, it ain't going nowhere. It's worthless, you know. This is Titus 1:9. I'm going to read some commentary. To exhort and convince the gainsayers, the two special purposes, which, by the way, Elder Apostle Tahar got me through the Spirit of going into these commentaries. I must say that because I didn't read them like that. And it helps bring you more clarity of what's going on. But you got to be able to know, you know, what's truthful and what isn't. But anyway, two special purposes are specified for which the sound doctrine, which the elder will acquire by steadfast application, may be used. The first, with the sound healthy teaching. That's what sound doctrine means, healthy, whole, right? Like when they say you have a sound body. That means you have a healthy body. And I don't think any of us is sound right now. Anyway, to some degree. Healthy practical compared with the sickly, morbid, and unpractical teaching of those gainsayers whom he is going to speak. He is to exhort the adversaries, secondly, right, with the same true words to confute their arguments, right? I just wanted to bring that up. And let me read this one. Both exhort and convince the gainsayers, this is Barnes, I think, to persuade them or to bring them over to your views by kind exhortation and by instruction which shall convince. The former methods is to be used where men know the truth, but need encouragement to follow it. The latter, whether they are ignorant or they oppose it, both exhortation and argument are to be used by the ministers of religion. So this is why we do what we do, right? Sometimes it don't, we're not always going to curse you out, and sometimes we will. Sometimes we'll use different approaches. That's just what it is. We'll laugh with you and not really be serious. But it's to get the point, so you can get the message. Like I said, at this point, Brother Amos, you done heard it. What will you do now? And you followers, what are you going to do now? Right? This is what it is. What are you going to do? Are you going to trust in the Lord? First of all, the Lord has to be dealing with you. There's going to be a lot of people waking up. Many are called, but few are chosen. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to wake up. But that don't mean a lot of people are going to be chosen. And then we can't go into that black and white thing. Every time you see a white person come up, you start cursing them out and say, well, you're going to be this, what you done to our people. And that could be an Israelite. Like, that's crazy. You got to be more spiritual with that. We're not going to say most white people are Israelites. I'm not saying that. At least you have to try and read the spirit. I got on that group Wi-Fi about that. Then they sit up there and they did start doing it. I saw a video right after I commented on it. The next video, they said, well, you could be an Israelite. And you know what happened? They started getting salty views, man. So they chose the wages of sin, and they went right back and started doing the same damn thing, man. You people that is trying to be Israelites or want to walk as Israelite, John 6:63 says, "It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing," man. The flesh don't profit. You can't just go around cursing out so-called white people, man, or Asian people. You have to read the spirit. Daniel 12:10 says, none of the wicked shall understand. That's plain. You got black people that aren't even Israelites. The big majority of the world. So you can't go on that. If Leonardo DiCaprio came up there, y'all would probably say he's a heathen. If Blake Griffin's son walked up there, we got a brother now that come, let's say, follows us. His grandson got blonde hair and blue eyes. Look like a straight white person. So I just wanted to do my commentary on that. I didn't want to make it too long. That's all I want to add. Shalom.